Hi, welcome to Aimee Nolte Music. I'm Aimee Nolte, and I wanted to tell you about kind of a little journey I went on last night in my mind. I had an experience a couple days ago where I had to go accompany a bunch of people, and one of the girls that I accompanied was singing this song by Adele called "All I Ask," and I started playing it for her. It was something like I don't know if you've heard this. No, there's nothing. I mean, that's a cool intro. There's nothing that special about that part of it. But I don't think I had heard it before. Maybe I had heard it once before, and and as I played it for her, we got to. I mean, she sounded really good, and I was having a nice time keeping up my little eighth note pattern. And then we got to the chorus, and the melody and the chords happened, and my ears just perked up. And I know that everybody in the audience was the same if they already weren't familiar with the tune, and also if they were familiar with the tune. But it was like the chorus happened, and I just went, that's a good chorus. My gosh, this is a good chorus. So I came home and listened to it again, and I was like, what? I mean, it's epic. And I thought, what makes this so epic? And I just started playing it. It starts out in E, that it moves to F. There's a modulation in the middle of it. So when I was messing around, it was in F, and I was playing it. It goes, if she sings it an octave higher. This is my last night with you. Hold me like it's never gonna end. Give me a memory I can use. It sounds way better in the high octave. But I mean, epic, right? Adele, she's. If this is my last night with you. I can't do it. But man, epic. So she's singing these notes, and I'm just like, jeez, what makes this so good? So I'm just sitting at my piano noodling last night, and my husband was listening, and I was just telling him this. I made him listen to it, and then he was like, yeah, that's really good. And then I was like, all right. I go, what is it about it? So let's see. So it's an A over an F chord. That note's the 7th over a D7 chord. So I'm like, all right. That note's the 3rd over a G minor chord. That note is the 7 over a C7 chord. That's the 3rd over an F major chord. So, I mean, I'm saying it really slow for you, but I was doing it super fast. And so I was going like this. I'm like 3, 7, 3, 7, 3, 7, 3. I was like, oh my gosh, it's just 3s and 7s. Like every really strong note of the melody is hitting a 3 or a 7, and just back and forth, 3, 7, 3, 7, 3, 7. I'm like, dang, that's what I teach for bebop improvisation. Stuff like that. I mean, it's voice leading. 3, 7, 3, 7, 3, 7, 3, 7, 3. This is where it changes. And then the bass chord, the bass notes just walk down, the chords just walk down. And that's where it changes. But did you see how many 3 and 7s were in a row? And it's epic. So I started thinking about, I mean, those are just like the changes to rhythm changes. It's just a 1-6-2-5. That's kind of cool because most songs these days don't use those changes. They don't, they're going from the 1 to the 4 to the 6, or things like that. But I thought that was kind of bold for her song to actually go down to the 6th degree on a dominant chord like that and take you around to the 2. It's just not something that's done in pop music very often anymore. So then, okay, I'm on a journey in my mind, right? So I go to, there's another song on Adele's album, the 25 album, that I love. and it's called A Million Years. And I was like, that's an epic melody. Well, something happened to me when I heard that melody. It reminded me of other melodies. You guys know? It goes like this. Ring any bells? Yeah. Well, the first one that it made me think, well, I was like, those are the chords to Autumn Leaves. And then I thought, but it really sounds like MASH, the Suicide is Painless. I mean, it sounds so much like it, right? And that one. So then, on this little journey I was going on, I thought, well, what are the notes in that melody? 3, 7, 3, 7, 3, 7, 3. There it is again. And in MASH, 3, 7, 3, 7, 3, 7. It's a formula. It's a formula that works. Autumn Leaves. 3. It's the 7 now. 3 and now it's the 7. It's the 3 and now it's the 7. It's a formula that works. So it's not that I hadn't thought about, I mean, I knew that those chords worked. I just hadn't actually thought about the 3 and 7 relationship with regard to the melody. I've only ever thought of it with regard to my improvising. So that was kind of a little epiphany for me. And now if you already had this epiphany, you're a genius. Congratulations. But I didn't have it till last night. The next thing I did was I just thought about the lyric. Most of the songs on Adele's album are like wistful, melancholy, longing, regretful, all those kinds of things, nostalgic. And I just thought that those chords, well, what are the chords? The chords are F minor, B flat 7, E flat major 7, A flat major 7, D half diminished, G7, C minor 7. That's what we're talking about. And the thing that the chords do is move very seamlessly between E flat major and its relative minor, C minor. Right, if we start with F minor, B flat 7, that's a 2-5 in the key of E flat. And then we just hop up a perfect fourth, which is the thing that makes the third of E flat major be the 7 of the next chord, right? And now we just move into the relative minor, which is a 2-5, to C minor. And all you do is make the C minor chord dominant, and it leads you right back into this circle. And it's just a circle. That's why it just keeps going. So I'm thinking about the lyrics that Adele uses, that she writes. Let's not forget that. She's the writer on these songs. She's like a co-writer of every song, I think. The lyrics that she writes evoke this mood from us, right? And I think even if she didn't have lyrics to this song, it would still make us all of those things. Longing, regretful, melancholy. Those are all things we like to feel, I think, sometimes, right? It's the stuff of good songs. So then I started thinking about the words to the other songs, to Autumn Leaves. And of course, Autumn Leaves evokes all of those emotions as well. Then I thought I would look up a few more songs. I tried to think what other songs are there that have used those chords. I might have neglected some, but the other one that I thought of was, it actually has the exact same first 2 melody notes from A Million Years Ago. of the Phantom of the Opera, even just to do a video about it without thinking of my brother-in-law's alternate lyrics for the Phantom of the Opera, which are, "The Phantom of the Opera is alive inside my butt." Okay, I'm sorry. I can't. I had to do it before I go on. So, anyway, that is also a song about this kind of stuff, right? It's eerie, it's kind of taking you somewhere. And then I looked up another great song, "Yesterday When I Was Young." I know the Dusty Springfield recording of it, but I know there's also, was it Glenn Campbell? The title says it all, right? "Yesterday When I Was Young." Why do these chords make you think about what happened yesterday, a million years ago? Then I looked up the words for "Suicide is Painless" from the MASH theme, and those are just really dark. The first verse is kind of the only one that really matches this feel, but I mean, you got suicide in the title, so I think that's a little more than wistful. I wanted to talk about how to write a nice melody, and just kind of take you on that little journey with me, just, show you how I processed all of that information last night when I was thinking about it, because it's a hit. Those are hit songs, and like I said, when I heard it, I was just like, that's an epic chorus. So what makes it epic? It's the third and the seven, moving from one to the other, and it's not like bebop. Those bebop lines I played you, they're not epic, but Adele's melody is epic because of how strong it hits the third and the seven. Huge. Big. I mean, they're long notes. They're like dotted half notes and whole notes. She was not shy about using these cool tones to just like, bam, this is my melody, and I love it. So that's my little songwriting tip for the day, and it comes from Adele. It would be cool if you guys thought of other songs that switch from 3 to 7, and in doing so create epic melodies. On the off chance that Adele ever sees this, thank you. She's amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right, thanks for going on the little journey with me. Always appreciate your company. I'll see you next time on Aimee Nolte Music.